What's the name of the business fraternity that you're part of?
Delta Sigma Pi. I've been a part of this fraternity for about 7 semesters now. I currently have a co-social chair, and we've instigated a committee for it as well to help us just get better feedback and more opinion.
And about what's the proportion of people in the social committee like? Do you have kind of a mix of men and women?
Yeah, we've got about half and half, all different ages, which is awesome just because our fraternity is comprised of so many social groups in its own that by targeting different people in our committee, we're able to access different, mini groups within our fraternity. I was in the leadership position by an election, so I ran for all of the positions that I've held, and my fellow brothers in the fraternity voted for me.
How do you feel about this process?
I think the process is pretty thorough. It allows for a lot of democracy, and obviously once the candidates leave the room, there's a lot of room for debate, and so I think everyone's opinions are able to be heard, good or bad, and we weigh on each candidate equally. Everyone gets the same amount of discussion. That way everyone in the fraternity is on the same page when it comes to opening the poll. Now, obviously there's some people with more dominant personalities that enjoy speaking on their behalf of their peers and themselves, and so there's a couple of people who are a little more boisterous than others, but by no means is it discouraged to not be that way. I mean, we take everyone in the way they come, and so if you choose to speak more, that's totally okay. If you choose to speak less, that's also accepted.
Have you ever noticed a pattern if more men or women speak up during this process?
No, our fraternity is pretty split co-ed, and the personalities that vary are also split co-ed. I think we've got pretty dominant females as well as dominant males, and I've never felt a majority or a minority in our group.
So kind of building off of that, do you feel that you've had equal opportunity and access to leadership roles within the fraternity?
I absolutely think that I've had equal opportunity. It's something that I know definitely doesn't cross my mind or those of my brothers. When a person's running, it's not a girl running or a boy running, it's they're running, and we judge them as who they are. We've come to know over the semesters rather than a general criteria, I guess you could say. All of our ritual terminology is pretty masculine. Over the years, obviously, it evolved to being co-ed, and I've never found offense to the brothers thing or the men thing, but I know some people do. I wouldn't necessarily say my being a woman is helping me succeed. I think I have a very nurturing personality, which is often associated with being a woman, but I know men with nurturing personalities, and I know my nurturing personality has really gotten me a lot of places. So, I mean, stereotypically you could attribute that to me being a female, but I wouldn't necessarily put it on that I am nurturing because I'm a female.
Are there any concerns that you have about gender discrimination in the workforce in terms of opportunity?
No, I don't think I have any concerns, but I know a lot of other people do in this world. But I personally have never felt an unequal opportunity or any sort of prejudice, and so I believe that I can't speak specifically to a situation, but I'm sure there's many people in the world who can.
Are you, or do you believe that your experience in this co-ed professional group of students has made you more optimistic or pessimistic about entering the workforce?
I think within the group I've become more optimistic. Like I said, our group is pretty broad as to what we consist of, what beyond the genders binary, as well as the personalities within it, and so I feel it's pretty split even, and that's been a great encouragement in our growth as young professionals and a new outlook that we can take into the workforce.
Do you think that anything related to the curriculum at CU's Leeds Business School has particularly influenced that level of equality amongst your fraternity?
Well, within the business school has incorporated our CSR efforts, our corporate social responsibility, and while a lot of that just has to do with the company's role in the world, I think it also alludes to a mindset that makes you put others before yourself. And so I think by learning about that, it helps open people's eyes to caring more than just the bottom line.